No, last 2 rows. You just gotta move.
Stage is good. The rest of it
No, the one with the red hat. What? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Shout out to
I didn't. She may have been in that big crowd. I didn't catch her.
I was just wondering.
During the show because it distracts the actors. Please enjoy the show.
Looking almost as we do today. I guess that's because the people you see all the time stay the same age in your head. Dagmar's different. She was always a baby, so she stayed a baby in my head. Even Mama. It's funny, but when I look back, I always see Mama as around 40. She couldn't always be 40. Besides us, there was our boarder, Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde was an Englishman who had once been an actor. And Mama was very impressed by his flowery talk and courtly manners. He used to read aloud to us in the evenings. But first and foremost, I remember Mama. I remember that every Saturday night, Mama would sit down at the kitchen table and count out the money Papa brought home in the little envelope.
You love the children, Lars. It's good they should know about money.
Children, Nell, Christine, Catherine.
You call out for Catherine. She's in her study, maybe.
She's there?
Catherine McNeil lavished under the roof into a study.
So, Catherine, Catherine.
Yes, Papa, I heard.
Study now, huh? What does Catherine study?
I think Catherine wants to be author.
Author?
The stories she will write for the magazines. And books, too. Maybe one day.
It's good pay to be author?
I don't know. For magazines, I think maybe yes. For books, I think no.
Then she be right for magazines.
Maybe, but I like she writes books. Like the ones Mr. Hyde brings us. Is that for you? Bring that Catherine again.
Sure, she's my Elizabeth, my beautiful Elizabeth.
Poor Elizabeth looks like she's been in a fight again.
Not poor Elizabeth, brave Elizabeth. Elizabeth's a biting cat. She fights for her honor.
And just what is a cat's honor, little Ryan?
The honor of being the bravest cat in San Francisco, aren't you, Elizabeth?
That disgusting cat.
She's not disgusting. She's beautiful. Beautiful as the dawn.
When have you ever seen the dawn?
I haven't seen it, but Mr. Hyde reads to us about it. Didn't you, Mr. Hyde? Didn't you read to us about the dawn?
I did, my child of joy. The dawn, the rosy fingertipped aurora.
When are you going to see the dawn, Mama? Whenever you get up early. Is there dawn every morning? Sure. If all that beautiful happens every morning, why didn't anyone tell me?
My dear, that is what the poets are for. To tell you of all the beautiful things that happen all the time, and no one knows of until they tell them.
You go out, Mr. Hyde.
For a few moments only, dear madam, to get myself logical of that 20-week tobacco that I lust after, and Johnson's. I shall be back in time for our night meeting.
Nels, Catherine, you do not hear Papa call you.
Coming, Mama.
Coming, Mama.
So now,
Come then. First, for the landlord.
For the landlord. For the landlord.
for the landlord, or the landlord.
For the grocer.
For the grocer. For the grocer.
In all the United
For the
States,
grocer.
no cat
For
is
the
brave
grocer.
as Elizabeth.
In all the world, no cat was as brave as Elizabeth.
Hush, Dagmar. Quiet. You put Elizabeth back into the pantry.
In heaven or hell, no cat was as brave as Elizabeth.
For Catherine's shoes to be half soled.
Catherine's old shoes.
My shoes.
Catherine's shoes. Catherine's shoes.
Well, my teacher says this week I'm going to do them.
How much it will be?
A dime.
For the notebook. Don't lose it.
I won't lose it.
You take care of it. You blow your nose.
I'll take it.
It's all, Mama?
It's all for this week. It's good. You do not have to go to the bank.
Mama, I'll be graduating from grammar school next month, and I was wondering if you think I could maybe go into high?
You want to go to high school?
I'd like to if you think I could.
It's good.
It'll cost a little money. I figured it out. Car fare, clothes, notebooks. I figured it out with Cy Nichols. He went to high last year.
Get the little bank, Christine.
The little bank. That was the most important thing in the whole house. It was a box we used to keep for emergencies. Like the time Dagmar had croup and Papa had to go get medicine to put in the steam kettle. I can smell that medicine now. Mama was always going to buy herself a warm coat out of it when there was enough. Only there never was.
Is there enough, Mama?
It's not much in the little bank right now, but we give to dentist, you remember? And for your roller skates.
I know, and there's that warm coat you've been saving for.
The coats I can get another time. But even so,
You know, can't go to high.
it's not enough here. We do not want to have to go to the bank, do we?
No, I'll work at Dylan's grocery after school. It's not enough.
No, it's not enough.
I give up tobacco.
I'll mind the Maxwell children Friday nights and catch them and help them.
It's good. It's enough. We do not have to go to the bank.
Gee,
Where is the bank? Downtown. What does it look like? Just a building like a prison? No, nothing like a prison. Then why does Mom always say we don't want to go to the bank? Because no one ever wants to go to the bank. Well, why not? Because if we went to the bank all the time, there'd be no money left. And we wouldn't be able to pay our rent and turn us out like Mrs. Jensen down the street. You mean it's like saving some of your candy for tomorrow?
Yes, my Dagmar. It's exactly like saving your candy.
But if all the other people go to the bank, there won't be enough money left for us either.
it's not like that, Dagmar. Everybody can only get so much.
How much?
However much you have put away. You see, it's our money we put there to keep safe.
When did we put that?
A while back, right, Mama?
It's enough about the bank.
How much have we got in the bank?
Enough. Buzz the door.
It's the answer. I'm going to my boudoir.
And I'm going to my study.
No, you cannot run away. We must be polite to the ants. Why, it's Trina.
Trina, go by herself.
Say good evening to Aunt Trina, children.
Good evening, Aunt Trina.
Good evening, children. How well they all look.
You have a feather boa. It's new. Beautiful.
It was a present.
A present. Look, Lars, Trina has a present.
He's fine.
Yet Sigrid did not come with you, Trina.
No, I didn't tell them I was coming. I want to talk to you, Martha.
So sit and then we talk.
Could we talk alone?
Alone?
If you wouldn't mind.
Children, you leave us alone a little. I call you. Dagmar, you go with Catherine.
Mama.
Catherine, you take Dagmar.
Yes, Mama.
So what is it, Trina?
Martha.
Yes?
Oh no, I can't say it.
Trina, what is it?
It's something very personal.
You want Lars to go outside?
Would you mind, Lars? Just for a minute?
No, I go. I know what women's secrets are. As your Uncle Chris said, women.
You have your pipe, Lars? It's fine night.
Forget. I give up tobacco.
You still have some in your pouch? Then you do not give up tobacco till you have finished. You give up more tobacco, not the tobacco you already have.
He's right, Mom.
So now, Trina, what is it?
Martha, I want to get married.
You mean you want to get married, or there is someone you want to marry?
There is someone I want to marry.
Does he want to marry you?
He says he does.
Trina, it's wonderful.
I think it is.
Who is?
Mr. Wilkerson?
From the funeral parlor?
I know he isn't very handsome or tall. I know he isn't what most people would think a very nice profession, but
Do you love him, Trina? Then it's good.
Martha, will you help me tell the others?
Oh, Jenny and Sigrid, they do not know?
No, I was afraid they'd laugh at me. But if you tell them,
you tell me first.
I cannot help that. You've got to tell them not to laugh at me. If they laugh at me, I'll kill myself.
Jenny and Sigrid will not laugh at you. I promise you, Lena.
Oh, thank you, Martha. And Uncle Chris?
Ah.
Will you talk to him?
It is Mr. Torkelson who must talk to Uncle Chris. All this is the husband who must talk to the head of the family.
I know, but Uncle Chris is so very frightening. He's so big and black and he shouts so. And Mr. Torkelson is, well, kind of timid.
But Lena, he is to be your husband. He must learn not to be timid. You do not want husband should be timid. You are timid. It's not good when both are timid. No. Jenny and Sigrid I speak to, but Mr. Torkelson must go to Uncle Chris.
Martha, Karina, I do not want to interrupt your talk, but Jenny and Sigrid are coming.
Oh dear.
I see them get off the cable car. They come up the hill.
I'd better go to your room for a minute.
The coffee is ready. I get the
This hill kills me every time I climb it.
You think you climb bigger hills than that in the old country?
I'm scared of the old country.
Jenny, Sigrid, it's a surprise. Where's Ole?
Working. He's always working. I never see anything with him at all.
It's good to work.
It's good to see a husband once in a while, too.
Has Trina been here?
Trina?
She's gone somewhere and she doesn't know anybody but you.
That is what you think.
What do you mean by that?
Give Lars your coats. I give you some coffee. Then we talk about Trina.
She has been here.
Yes, she has been here.
What did Trina want?
She wants to talk to me.
About what?
Marriage.
What?
Marriage. Trina wants to get married.
That's no news. Every old maid wants to get married.
There is someone who wants to marry Trina.
Who wants to marry Trina?
Mr. Torkelson.
Little Peter?
He is not so little.
He's hardly bigger than my Arnie. Arnie's just a boy.
So he is hardly bigger than your Arnie. Does every husband have to be big man?
Trina's making this up. That happens to old maids when they get to be Trina's age.
No, Jenny, it is true. Mr. Torkelson wants to marry Trina.
Peter Torkelson? She's in a laughing stock.
Jenny, Trina is here. She will come in a minute. This is serious for her. You will not laugh at her.
I shall do what I please.
No, Jenny, you will not.
And why won't I?
Because I will not let you.
And how will you stop me?
If you laugh at Trina, I will tell her of the time before your wedding when your husband tried to run away.
Who told you that?
I know.
Every tried to run away?
It's not true.
Then you do not mind if I tell Trina.
Uncle Chris told you.
Tried to run away?
It does not matter, Sigrid. Jenny will not laugh at Trina, nor will you. For if you laugh at her, I will tell her of your wedding night with Ole when you cry all the time and he sent you back to mother.
These I do not know.
It's no need you should know. I do not tell these stories for spite, only so they will not laugh at Trina. Call her, Lars. You like some more coffee? Jenny? Sigrid?
Trina!
Mr. Hyde, these are my sisters.
Chances. Madam, the three graces. You will excuse me.
Sure, Mr. Hyde.
I should be in my room.
So that's your famous boarder. Has he paid you yet? 3 months he's been here, hasn't he?
It's hard to ask. Surely he will pay soon.
Surely he will not. If I ran my boarding house like you run this.
Maybe the boarders wouldn't always leave you.
If Martha thinks she's going to get the border coat she's always talking about at the back door.
Yanny, Mr. Hyde is a gentleman. He reads to us out loud wonderful books. Longfellow, Charles Dickens, Fenimore Kipling. Oh, come in, Rita. The coffee is getting cold. I tell them.
Why did you come to Martha first?
She thought Martha would understand.
Are Sigrid and I married women too?
You've been married longer than Martha. She thought maybe you forget.
What sort of living Mr. Torkelson make?
I haven't asked.
Can he keep you?
I don't think he would ask me to marry him if he couldn't.
Maybe he thinks you can keep him.
Yanny.
Maybe he thinks you will have a dowry like the girls in the old country.
Well, why shouldn't I? You all had dowries.
We were married in Norway, and our parents were alive. Where did your dowry come from, I'd like to know?
Uncle Chris, he's the head of the family.
And who will ask him?
He won't need asking. When Mr. Torkelson goes to see him, Uncle Chris
Uncle Chris will eat him.
Uncle Tris and little Peter?
Maybe Uncle Chris will tell him some family stories. He knows many, does Uncle Chris.
They are good children. Aren't we going to see them before we go?
Of course, I'll call them. Children, your aunts are leaving.
Coming, Papa.
Are you coming, Trina?
I think maybe Trina would like to stay here and listen to Mr. Hyde read to us. You like Trina?
Well, if I wouldn't be in the bay, I asked Mr. Torkelson to call for me here. He'll see me home. I'll help Mr. Poppington.
Good evening, Aunt Jenny. Good evening, Aunt Secret.
Where have you all been keeping yourselves?
We've been in Christine's boudoir.
Her what?
Christine makes a little closet into a boudoir. I give her those big portieres, Jenny, you lend us when we come from the old country.
And what do you do there?
People usually do in their boudoir.
Christine, that is rude. It is her little place to herself.
Hello, Aunt Sigrid. Hello, Aunt Jenny.
My, how tall he is getting.
Yes, is almost as tall as his papa.
He looks sneezing. That's very strange. Daddy wanted to tell too. Goodness, what a good-looking cat.
She's not. She's beautiful.
It's a new friend. She follows Dagmar everywhere.
She does. First thing you know, she'll have that cat sleeping with her. Oh, Mama, can I, Mama?
Goodness no. Do you not know that a cat grows breath for a sleeping child? You wouldn't want to wake up one morning smothered, would you?
I wouldn't care. Elizabeth can have all my breath. There.
Elizabeth, such a silly name for a cat.
It is a silly name for that cat. It's a Tom.
Nels, how you know?
I look.
What happened? Nels will not say how.
So you better think up another name for it.
I won't. Keep Elizabeth. He's going to stay Elizabeth.
You could call him Uncle Elizabeth.
Listen, you hear Elizabeth? You're called Uncle Elizabeth now.
Oh, such foolishness. Well, goodbye. Martha, Lars.
Goodbye, Annie. Goodbye, Sigrid. Nels, you go tell Mr. Hyde they are ready for the reading.
I never thought we'd live to see David Trina for the day.
She's not married yet. She has Uncle Chris to deal with first.
Trina, they have gone. Dagmar, you put Elizabeth out for the night now.
Uncle Elizabeth?
Uncle Elizabeth. Mr. Hyde, this is my sister Trina.
Enchanted.
Mr. Hyde reads to us the Tales from Two Cities. It's a beautiful story, but sad.
I like sad stories.
I shall go on from where we left off. Are you ready?
Yes, please, Mr. Hyde.
In the Black Prison conciergerie, doomed today awaited their fate. They were in number as the weeks of the year. 52 were told that afternoon of the nighttime, city, the boundless, everlasting sea.
I don't think I shall ever forget that night. It was nearly midnight when he finished, and none of us had noticed.
Far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known.
I wrote in my diary that night before I went to bed. Tonight, Mr. Hyde finished The Tale of Two Cities. The closing chapters are indeed superb. How beautiful a thing is self-sacrifice. I wish there was someone I could die for. Mr. Hyde read us all kinds of books. He thrilled us with Treasure Island and terrified us with The Hound of the Baskervilles. I can still hear the horror in his voice as he read.
Dr. Mortimer looked strangely at us for an instant, and his voice sank almost to a whisper as he answered, Mr. Holmes, they were the footprints of a gigantic hound. We will continue tomorrow night, if you are interested.
If we were interested, you couldn't have kept us from it. It meant a lot to Mama, too, because Nell stopped going nights to hang about with neighborhood boys on the street corner. The night they got in trouble for breaking into Mr. Gillen's store, Nell was home with us. And sometimes, Mr. Hyde read us poetry, The Lady of the Lake and the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
About, in real and drought, the death fires danced at night. The water, like a witch's oils, burned green and blue and white.
There were many nights I couldn't sleep for the way he had set my imagination dancing. What a wonderful thing is literature, transporting us to realms unknown. And all the time, my school teacher kept telling me I ought to write about things I knew. I did write a piece of her once, about Uncle Chris, but she said it wasn't nice to write like that about a member of one's own family. Papa called Mama's Uncle Chris a black Norwegian because of his dark hair and fierce mustache. But there were others in the family who claimed he was black in a different way. The aunts, for example.
Black, I say he's black. Black in his heart, cursing and Spanish.
Martha says it's only because it hurts him to walk.
Rubbish. I know all about this zinc and the accident back in the old country. But does anyone ever hear him complain? Martha's always making excuses for him.
I know, but he is good to the children. All those oranges, all these sanding
Oranges? But good as oranges, turn them yellow. They're the only thing he's been ever known to give away anyways. He has other uses for his money.
What do you mean?
That woman.
Uncle Chris says she's a fine woman.
Fine woman, huh? She's after his money is all. You know what? She used to work, just like a man's, for wages. She's not our kind. Her family were, well, I wouldn't say. Nobody's that's why. She doesn't go to our church, doesn't go to church at all, as far as I know.
I think I'd just like to meet her once.
No, you must never set eyes on her. Someday I will tell Uncle Chris exactly what I think of her.
You wouldn't dare.
I will. Right to his face I will.
Yeah, Katrina, what do you think? What do you think Uncle Chris has done now?
But tell us.
You know my little Annie's knee that fall he had 2 months ago? The man at the drugstore said it was only a bruise. But today it was hurting him again, so I left him home whenever I went to do the marketing. I asked Mrs. Schultz next door to look in on him, and who should arrive not 10 minutes after I'd gone but Uncle Chris. And guess what?
Then tell us if you're going to. Don't keep asking us.
He took one look at Annie's knee, bundled him up in that rattle track automobile of his, and rushed him straight to the hospital. I've just come from there now, and what do you think? They've operated. They've got him a plaster of Paris.
Without consulting you?
It seems the doctor's a friend of his. That is why he wait. No, this time he's gone too far. With a child of Annie's age through all that pain and agony, I'm going to tell him exactly what I think.
That's right.
I'm going to tell him right now.
Will you come with me? No, I can't leave my baking.
Yenny, you must. Trina, you come too. Ask him about your dad. The maid can give it to you.
But Martha said Mr. Torkelson to do that.
Well, then go and get Mr. Torkelson. Go down to the mortuary right now and get him. Secret's right. We girls have got to stand together.
Nobody knew exactly where Uncle Chris lived. That was part of the mystery about him. He used to roam up and down the state, buying pieces of real estate that had gone to pieces, and then pulling them back into prosperity. Then he would sell at a profit and move on again. 2 or 3 times a year, he'd descend on the city in his automobile and come roaring and stamping into our house.
Martha, Lord, children, Lord!
It's Uncle Chris.
I know.
What do we do?
Martha, Lord, is nobody home? Hey there, is nobody home? Hey, someone answer the door. So, you do not hear me calling? I do not call loud enough?
Yes, Uncle Chris.
Then why you do not come?
We were just going to.
Let me look at you. You too, Katrina. Do not stand there. Come here and let me look at you. Stand by the doorway where the marks are. 2 inches. 2 inches in 6 months. It's good. Christina? Let me see your teeth. You brushed them good?
Yes, Uncle Chris.
Neil, there's a box of oranges in my automobile. You fetch them in. Where is little one? Dagmar.
She's sick, Uncle Chris.
Sick? What is the matter with her?
It's her ear. She's had a bad earache for 2 days. Mom was sent to the doctor.
Oh, good. Doctor, what'd he say?
She's in there now.
I go in.
Uncle Chris,
How is the bag
It's bad. Doctor, this is my uncle, Mr. Halverson.
How do you do, sir?
What is with the child?
We must get her to the hospital at once. We need to operate.
Operate?
I'm afraid so.
Can wait until my husband comes home from work?
I'm afraid not. Her best chance is for us to operate immediately.
Vigo.
What is with the child?
I'm afraid it's a mastoid.
Ah, so you must operate immediately.
That's what I just said.
Immediately.
Doctor, is enough.
I was thinking of the county hospital.
No, be paid. Is enough.
If there isn't enough, we can go to the bank. We've got a bank account.
It's enough without we have to go to the bank, doctor. My husband is carpenter. Make good money.
If there is need of money, I pay.
It'll be all right. We'll take her to the clinic. You pay what you can afford.
Oh, good clinic. I have patients there already. My nephew Arnie. They operated this morning on his knee.
Are you a physician, sir?
I am better physician than most doctors. Bill's there, my other nephew. He becomes doctor when he grows up.
Oh, indeed. Very interesting. Now, Mrs. Hanson, you can have the child at the clinic in, say, an hour's time.
The child will be at the clinic in 10 minutes' time. I have my automobile.
I could hardly make arrangements in 10 minutes.
I make arrangements. I know doctors.
Uncle Chris, Dr. Johnson arranged. She is good doctor.
Thank you, madam.
You go now, doctor. Speak calm.
Very well. In an hour, then. And Dad will be well taken care of. I promise you. I'll perform the operation myself.
I watch.
You would do no such thing, sir.
Always I watch operations. I am head of family.
I allow no one to attend my operations.
Are so bad.
Mrs. Hanson, if I am to undertake this operation and the care of your child, it must be under the strict understanding that this gentleman does not come here, either me or my patient.
Yes, doctor. I speak to him. You go to hospital now, please.
Very well. In an hour then. But you understand, nowhere near me, or I will drop the case.
I don't see that.
Wait, Uncle Chris. It's kind of you. But Dagmar is sick. You frighten her.
I frightened her.
You frighten everyone.
I?
Everyone but me. Even the girls. Yanni, Sigrid, Lena. They're frightened of you.
The girl. Damn it.
And the children, too. So you drive us to hospital in your automobile. Nelson and I will get Dagmar. But you do not frighten Dagmar. And you leave Doctor alone, too. Dr. Johnson is fine, Doctor. You come with me now. You carry Dagmar.
Is it true? Christina. Katrina. You are frightened of me?
Yes, Uncle Chris.
No. And you, Katrina?
A little Uncle Chris.
But Nils is a boy. He's not frightened.
No, not as much as we are, Uncle Chris.
But he is frightened.
Yes, Uncle Chris.
But why? What is there to be frightened of? I am your Uncle Chris. Why do I frighten you?
I don't know.
Oh, but that was bad. Very bad. The ants. Yes, I like to frighten them. That makes you mad. You do not like the ants, then?
Not very much, Uncle Chris.
And which one do you not like the most? Yanni, Sigrid, Trina? Come, tell me, eh?
I think I like Aunt Jenny least. She's so bossy.
And I can't stand Aunt Sigrid always whining and complaining.
It's good. Yanni, bossy. Sigrid whining is true. But your mama, she is different, and she cook good too. The ants, they cannot cook at all. But do not tell your mama we have taught them so. A secret for us. But then you cannot be frightened of me. Then we have secrets. Did I tell you my secret? I do not like people. And so that they do not bother me, I frighten them and shout at them. You I do not shout at if you're good children. And brush your teeth good. And eat your orange.
Look at that woman. How shameful. Ought we to bow? Bow to a woman we don't even want to know? We cut that. I show you. Uncle Chris, Sigrid has something to say to you.
Yes, I take Arnie to hospital. And now we take Dagmar to hospital. So you do not clutter up the place.
What's wrong with Dagmar?
It's her ear. The doctor has to operate.
Operate? This is more of Uncle Chris's doing. Did you hear what he did to Arnie?
Secret, you're a tiny old soul, and you get out of here.
Okay, I think we better go.
No, there have been enough of these high-handed goings-on here.
And you, Yenish, you are a bossy old fool. You get out of here, and we take Dagmar to hospital. You got her business.
Sure, Uncle Chris.
Vico, you put her back in my automobile.
No, you are going to hear me out. That means you are going to hear secret out.
If you do not get out of the way of the door before I count 3, I throw you up. And Sigrid too, as big as she is.
Wait, Martha, you can't go.
Why not?
Martha, Vico!
I come because of that woman. So it will kill me or Dagmar. The automobile with her. I have seen her. She looks nice woman. I come.
Vico!
Is that the woman who's right?
We just like to think of her as that. I suppose, yes.
Yes.
You still consider her one of your family, though.
Don't sit there gazing like that, girls. Go away, go away. Oh, they've gone. See, go after them. Secret, you lead the way.
How long have they been gone now?
About 3 hours, and I wish you'd stop asking me that.
I heard Aunt Jenny talking about Miss Bergman, who was 5 hours on the table.
Aunt Jenny's friends have everything worse than anyone else, and it gets worse each time she tells it.
The house feels lonely, doesn't it? Without Mama? It's like in a book. The sisters sat huddled in the empty house, waiting for the verdict to spell life or death for the little family.
Don't talk such nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
In the first place, we're not a small family, we're a big one. And who said anything about life or death anyway? Why do you have to make everything so dramatic?
Because it is dramatic. You weren't eating anything.
I know.
You aren't drinking your milk either. Aren't you hungry?
No, and you would be if you had any feeling for Mom and Dagmar, so just heartlessly sitting there eating and making a story out of it.
Chris, I do have feeling for them. I can't help it if it goes into words like that. Everything just does with me. Besides, I think Mama would want us to eat.
Uncle Chris, I tell you, I must see him.
You don't understand English. No visitors for 24 hours.
But you have seen him.
I am not visitor. I am exception.
Then I, as his mother, should be exception too. I will see the doctor.
I have seen doctor. I have told him you're no good for Arnie.
No good for my own son?
No good at all. You cry over here. I go.
Uncle Chris, I must speak to you.
Shh. What you want?
I want to get married.
Now then, get married.
No, wait. I want to introduce Mr. Torkelson. Here. Peter, this is Uncle Chris. Uncle Chris, this is Mr. Torkelson.
So?
How are you, sir?
Busy.
Please, Uncle Chris.
But if you want to get married, well then get married. I have other things to think about.
Then you give your permission?
Yes, I give my permission. If you want to be a fool, I cannot stop you.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Chris.
So, is all?
Yes, I think it's all.
No!
No?
Well, there was a little something else. You see, Trina mentioned, well, in the old country, it was all as usual, and we do all come from the old country.
What is? What you want?
Well, it's a question of Trina's. Not to mince matters, her dowry.
Her what?
Her dowry?
Ah, her dowry. Trina wants a dowry. She is 42 years old and is not enough. She gets husband. She must have dowry. Please!
Do you mind going and discussing your family matters somewhere else? This is a hospital, not a marriage bureau.
You come into waiting room with me. I talk to you about dowry.
Martha, did you hear that? What? Uncle Chris.
No, I do not hear. I begged for doctor. It's been 2 hours since they take Dagmar.
More. 2 hours? That is nothing. When Mrs. Bergman had a gallbladder removed, she was 6 hours on the table.
Sigrid, I do not want to hear about Mrs. Bergman. I do not want to hear about anything. Please, you go away now. You come back this evening. I begged for doctor.
But Martha, you can't stay here all by yourself.
I have Nels. Please, Trina, go now.
We go.
But I must wait for Peter and Uncle Chris.
We'll go next door and have some talk. Secret, do you have money?
I have a little.
Good. Then I treat you. Marty, get me next door and clean the gas.
Well, Dagmar's fine. She pulled through it beautifully. She started to bed now, sleeping on the anesthetic.
Oh, thank you, doctor.
You're very welcome.
It's good of you, doctor. I go see her now.
Oh, I'm afraid that's against the rules. We shall see her tomorrow.
Tomorrow? But doctor, she is so little. When she wakes, she will be frightened.
The nurses will take care of her, Mrs. Hanson. Excellent care. You needn't worry. You see, for the first 24 hours, my patients are not allowed to see any visitors. The wards must be kept quiet.
I will not make a sound.
I'm very sorry. And now, good afternoon.
Come, Nels, we find Dagmar.
But Mama, the doctor said...
We find Dagmar. You tell me, please, where I can find my daughter?
What name?
Dagmar.
Dagmar Hansen.
Hanson. Ward A. Along there. Oh, just a moment. When did she come in?
This morning. They just finished operation.
Oh, well then I'm afraid you can't see her today. No visitors allowed for the first 24 hours.
But I'm not visitor. I am her mama.
I'm sorry, but it's against the rules.
Oh, please, just for one moment.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but it's against the rules.
You must find a way.
They said they'll let us see Dagmar tomorrow.
But if I do not see her today, how will I know that all is well with her? But let's have Papa when he comes home from birth.
The nurses will take very good care of Dagmar, Mama. Would you like to go next door and get some cup of coffee?
No. We go home. We have coffee at home. But I must see Dagmar today.
Well then, it comes in this. You love my niece Trina. You want to marry her. You are in a position to support her. Why then you want dowry? What for you want dowry?
Well, it would be a nice help, and it is customary.
It's not customary. Who gives dowries? Parents. Why? Because they are so glad they will not have to support their daughters anymore. They pay money. I do not support Trina. I do not care if Trina gets married. Why then should I pay to have her married?
I never thought of it like that.
It's all too girl to pay dowry. If I don't pay dowry, you still marry Trina? I don't know. You don't know? You don't know? You think I let Trina marry a man who take her without dowry?
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
What kind of man would that be? Come, I ask you, what kind of man would that be?
Not a very nice kind of man.
And are you that kind of man?
I don't think so.
Then you don't want dowry.
No, I guess I don't.
Good, good. You are a good man, and I give you my blessings. And I send you a wedding present. a box of oranges.
Where are the girls?
I guess they're upstairs.
Miss Catherine.
Coming!
Would you like me to make you a cup of coffee now, Mama? You said you would have coffee when you got home.
And later. First time I think.
Mama, don't worry like that. Dagmar's all right. You know she's all right.
Is everything all right, Mama?
It's all right. You have eaten.
Yes, Mama.
You drink your milk.
Yes, Mama.
It's good.
What did they say at the hospital?
Mama, Dagmar isn't... Mama.
No, Dagmar is fine. Doctor says she's fine. What is time?
3 o'clock.
3 hours till Papa come home.
When will they let Mama see Dagmar?
Tomorrow.
What can we do?
You can't do anything.
How can you be so callous? Can't you see Mama's heart is breaking?
No, and you can't either. People's hearts go break.
They do too.
Only in looks. Mama, what are you doing?
I scrub the floor.
But you just scrubbed it yesterday.
I scrub it again.
But Mama...
Comes a time when you've got to get down on your knees.
Now, do you believe me?
Mama, don't. Please don't. You look too tired.
Let her alone, Nels.
What is it, Mama? What is it? I think of something. I think of something.
And how feed the true beast at the battle of Copenhagen? And how feed the true beast chasing on Norwegians? Yes, Arnie?
Chris doesn't have to hurt like this.
If you wanted to be well and not to walk always like Uncle Chris, it does. For you. Is that?
It's kind of. Whoa.
Arnie, don't you know any swear words?
What?
Don't you know any swear words?
No, Chris, not real ones.
Then I teach you to 5 months to use the pain and fat. Are hell and that. You say them?
No?
No, not now. When pain comes again, you say them then. They help plenty. I know. I have pain too, but I say them all the time. And the pain is back. Very bad. You say, damn it. Back. It is bad now? Good. Then you say, maybe?
I'll try. Uncle Chris, will you stay here?
Sure, sure. You're not frightened of your Uncle Chris.
No, not anymore.
Good, good. You like I sing some more?
If you wouldn't mind, something, well, a little quieter.
Sure. And thousands leaves and
Oh, damn it to hell!
There is please. And thousands
It's not the same nurse. Catherine, you take my hat and coat.
But Mama...
You wait on bench.
Yes, I'm glad they finally decided to clean them. Aren't you working late?
Floors need cleaning.
She sat, fearful in the hall, and held her bated breath. Breath, yes, that will rhyme with death. She waited, fearful in the hall, and held her bated breath. She trembled at the least footfall, and kept her mind on death. God, 'twas agony to wait and watch and wonder. Wonder, under, blunder, thunder, sunder. God, 'twas agony to wait and watch and wonder, if death's life's bonds would sunder. Yes, it's beautiful, but is it true? It's funny, when Mama told me that Dagmar would be all right, I was almost disappointed. How awful. Maybe Christine's right and I haven't any heart at all. The girl without a heart. That would make a nice title for a story. The girl without a heart sat in the hospital corridor.
Katrina, what do you do here?
I'm waiting for Mama.
Where is she?
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know?
I think she's seen Dagmar.
It's first day. You do not allow visitors on first day.
I know, but I think that's where she is.
Where is Dagmar?
I don't know.
In what room is my great niece, Dagmar Hansen?
Hansen. When did she come in?
This morning.
And were you wanting to see her?
What room is she in?
I asked, were you wanting to see her?
I asked what room she is in.
We don't allow visitors on the first day.
Have I said I want to visit her? What room is she in?
Are you by chance a Mr. Helvorsen?
Helverson. Christopher Helverson.
I'm afraid I can't see anything then.
Fine.
Orders.
Food orders.
Dr. Johnson's special note, right here. Patient's uncle, Mr. Helverson, not to be admitted or given information under any circumstances.
Thank you. Uncle Chris, Dagmar is fine.
You see her?
Sure, Uncle Chris, I see her.
You see Dagmar?
Sure, it's fine hospital, but such floors, and mop is never good. Floors should be scrubbed with a brush. We go home. You come with us, Uncle Chris? I make coffee.
Oh, what good is coffee? I don't get drink.
Uncle Chris!
Martha, you are a fine woman. Fine. But I don't get drink.
His leg hurts.
And don't you make excuses for me. I drink because I like it.
Sure, Uncle Chris.
I like it. No, it's not true. You know it's not true. I do not like to drink at all. But I do not like to come home with you either. You have family. It's fine thing. Maybe you do not know how fine thing family is. Katrina, maybe one day when you grow up, you'll know how fine thing family is. I have no family.
But Uncle Chris, Mama always said you were the head of the family.
Oh, sure. I'm head of family, but I have no family. So I don't get drink. You understand, Martha?
Sure, Uncle Chris, but don't you feel sorry for yourself.
1,000 speed that Rudy beat as a buckle of oats with headers.
It's fine, man. Has fine ideas about family. I can tell Papa now that Dagmar is fine. She begged till I with her, and I explained the rules to her. She will not expect us now till tomorrow afternoon.
You won't try to see her again before that, will you, Mama?
No, that would be against the rules. We go home.
It wasn't very often I'd get Mama to talk about herself or life in the old country, or what she felt about things. You had to catch catch her unawares or when she had nothing to do, which was very, very seldom. I don't think I can ever remember seeing Mama unoccupied. There was one time, though. It was the day before before Dagmar came home from the hospital, and Mama suggested treating me to an ice cream soda. I'll never forget how special it made me feel, just to sit and talk to her quietly like a grown-up person. It was a special treat moment in my life that I shall never forget, quite apart from the soda, which was wonderful.
Catherine, you like being a nice door and I treat you to an ice cream soda? Mama, you mean it? Sure. We celebrate. We celebrate the Dagmar as well and coming home again. What do you like to have, Catherine?
I think I'll have a chocolate. No, a strawberry. No, a chocolate soda.
You are sure?
Yes. Mama, can we afford it?
I think this once we can afford it.
What's it going to be, ladies?
A chocolate ice cream soda, please, and a cup of coffee.
Mama, she called us ladies. Why aren't you having a soda too?
That's why I like coffee.
When can I drink coffee?
Then you're a grown-up.
When I'm 18.
Maybe before that.
When I graduate?
Maybe. I don't know. Comes the day you're a grown-up, Papa, and I don't know.
Is coffee really nicer than soda?
Then you're a grown-up, it is.
You used to like soda better back in Norway?
They didn't have sodas before I was grown up, in the old country.
You mean they don't have sodas in Norway?
Now, maybe. And now I think they have many things that come from America, but not when I was a little girl. There you are, Phyllis.
Mama, do you ever want to go back to the old country?
I'd like to go back to look once, maybe. To see the mountains and the fjords. I'd like to show them to you once. Then Dagmar is big. We go back one summer, like tourists. But that is how it would be. I would be tourist there now. There is no one I would know anymore. And maybe we see the little house where Papa and I lived when we first married. And something else I would look at.
What would you look at?
Catherine, you do not know you have a brother besides Nels?
A brother? No.
He is my first baby. I am 18 when he is born.
Where is he now?
He is dead.
Oh, I thought you meant a real brother. A long-lost one, like in stories. When did he die?
Then he is 2 years old. It is his grave I would like to see again. Is good your ice cream soda?
Yes. Mama, have you had a very hard life?
Hard? No. No life is easy all the time. It is not meant to be.
But rich people, aren't their lives always easy?
I do not know, Catherine. I do not know rich people. But I see them sometimes in the stores and in the streets, and they do not look as if they were easy.
Wouldn't you like to be rich?
I would like to be rich the way I would like to be 10 feet high. Would be good for some things, bad for others.
But didn't you come to America to get rich?
No. We come to America because they are all here, all the others. It's good for families to be together.
Did you like it right away?
Right away. When I get off the ferry boat and I see San Francisco and all the families standing there, I say, it's like Norway, only it's better than Norway. And then you are all born here and I become American citizen, but not to get rich.
I want to be rich. Rich and famous. When I'm rich, I'll buy you your warm coat. When are you going to get that coat, Mama?
Soon now, maybe. Then we pay doctor and then Mr. Hyde pay his rent. I think now I must ask him. I ask him tomorrow, when Dagmar comes home.
When I'm rich, I'll buy you lovely clothes, white satin gowns, long trains, and jewelry. I'll buy you a pearl necklace.
We talk too much. Come, finish your soda. We go home. How much it will be? 15 cents. Here are 2 dimes. You keep the nickel. And thank you. But it's good coffee. Tomorrow, Dagmar will be home. Catherine, I want you to see that Uncle Elizabeth is there. She was asking for him again this afternoon. You see that Uncle Elizabeth stays in the house all day till she comes home.
Where is he, Mama?
He is in the pantry. Let's stay. Dagmar, there is something I must tell you. Uncle Elizabeth is sick.
Sick? What's the matter with him?
He's been in fight last night. He came home this morning very sick.
Nels, how is Uncle Elizabeth?
He's pretty bad. I've dressed all his wounds with boric acid, but I wouldn't go see him now, Dagmar.
I've got to keep my cat. I haven't seen him home once more.
Nels, what do you think?
I think we should have had him sleep before she came home.
But she would have been so unhappy if he was not here at all.
She'll be unhappier still if he dies.
Mama, what happened to him? What happened to him when I picked him up and bandaged over his eyes and bring home? Mama!
I know. He looked like that all over. Nels, you go see to his eye again. Listen, Dagmar, Lily, Ben. But it's not to be better for the poor thing to go quietly to sleep.
You mean go to sleep and never wake up again? No!
I think he died anyway. Now try to make him well again, but I do not think he can.
Mama can. Mama can do everything. Make him live, make him well again. Mama, please.
Bisi, let us see how he gets through the night. And now, Dagmar, you must go to bed. I bring you your supper.
Well, you'll think that Uncle Elizabeth, you promise, Mama?
I promise, I try. Go now. I must also supper.
Mama, it's just cruelty keeping that cat alive.
I know.
You say we see how the cat gets through the night. I ask you how do we get through the night? It's no use, Martha. You must put the cat to sleep. Nels, you go to the drugstore and get some chloroform. How much shall I get? You ask him. Tell this poor cat. He knows. He's bad. It's all he did.
I know. But poor Dagmar is sad homecoming for her. And she was so good in the hospital. Never once did she cry. I must fix some supper. And I take the cat outside. Right outside where Dagmar cannot hear him.
You go out, Mr. Hyde?
Oh, I did not see you, Mr. Hanson. I didn't know you were back. I was about to read this letter to you. Fact is, I've been called away.
So?
The letter I received this morning necessitates my departure, my immediate departure.
I'm sorry. Martha, Mr. Hyde says you go to bed.
Is who?
Alas, dear madam, yes. 'Tis true, 'tis pity, and pity 'tis true. You'll find here a check for all I owe you, and a letter expressing my most profound thanks. You will say goodbye to the children for me.
Sure.
Madam, my deepest gratitude. Sir, my most sincere admiration. It has been a pleasure. Ave, ate, hail, and farewell.
It's too bad. That's a wonderful man.
How much is check for?
$110. It's 4 months.
Good.
Oh, now we pay doctor everything.
Did you buy your warm coat? The fur now, baby.
But there will be no more reading. You take the check, Lars. You get the money.
Sure I do. What does letter say?
You read it while I fix Dagmar her supper.
Dear friends, I find myself compelled to take a somewhat hasty departure from this house of happiness.
His beautiful letter.
I leave you my library for the children.
He leaves his books.
He said so.
Go see Lars. See him there in his room.
Well, I hope he's paid, Mama.
Mama, I saw Mr. Hyde getting on the streetcar.
I know. He leaves.
Did he pay you?
Sure he paid me. $110.
Gee.
It's good. Mr. Hyde leaves his books, too, for you.
Say, the Pickwick Papers, the complete Shakespeare.
Alice in Wonderland?
The Oxford Book of Verse?
The Last of the Mohicans? Ivanhoe?
We're right in the middle of that.
Nels can finish it. He can read to us in the evenings now. He has fine voice too, like Mr. Hyde. It's wonderful. So much we can learn. Christine, you put the butter in the cooler for me. And the yellow too. I go up to Dagmar now. You get it, Nels.
What? Oh.
Here, you put it down. Then I come back, we do it. You know how?
No, I thought...
You do not ask?
No, I thought Papa...
Lars, you know?
No, I do not know. But it cannot be difficult. If you hold the cat...
And watch him die? No. I think better we get some rats. And the big sponge to soak up the chloroform. You put it in the box with him and cover him over. You get them ready out there.
Sure, Mama.
I get some blankets. So much goes on. See who it is, Christine.
It's Aunt Jenny.
Yenny?
Martha, is he gone?
Who?
Your brother, Mr. Hyde.
Yes, he.
Did he pay you?
Sure he paid me.
How?
A check.
A check?
Yenny, what is it? Christine, you take that one for supper. I come soon.
Good at all. I knew that your Mr. Hyde was a crook, right from the beginning. With all his breathing and fine days. Mr. Cooper said he's been cashing them all over the neighborhood. How much did he owe you, Martha? Plenty, I bet. Eh, Martha? How much did he owe you?
Nothing. He owed us nothing.
What was that check for?
It does not matter, Yenny. He paid with better things than money.
I told you right from the start not to trust him, but you were so sure, just as you always are. Mr. Hyde is a gentleman. A gentleman. I bet it was $100 he booked you up, wasn't it?
Yenny, I do not have time to talk. Maybe you don't have things to do, but I have.
What do you have to so important?
I have to chloroform a cat. Dagmar, there is something I must tell you.
Tell Aunt Elizabeth first.
Do something. Tell her.
If we just let her think the cat died by itself.
No, we cannot tell her lies.
Funny to know. Good morning, my darling Elizabeth. My goodness, you put enough blankets on. You think you catch a cold?
Dagmar, you must not. Dagmar, let me see. Let me see the cat.
Well, I knew you'd fix him. I'm going to take him right up and show him now.
It's a miracle.
We cannot been huge enough for chloroform. Just gave him good sleep, and that cures him. He's just the cat, Lazarus.
But Lars, it's not good for her to grow up believing I can fix everything.
It's the best thing in the world for her. Besides, I know exactly how she feels.
We finished giving breakfast.
Holly of mercy is not afraid. It droppeth as a gentle rain from heaven. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. Him that gives and him that takes. What comes after that, Chris?
I don't know and I don't care.
Chris!
I don't. It's all carefully. It's a school play. You're going to the high graduation without a thought of what's going on at home.
What do you mean?
You see, you don't even know.
Oh, you mean the strike?
Yes, I mean the strike. Papa has worked for 4 whole weeks, and a lot you care. All you and your friends can talk about is the presents you're going to get for graduation. You make me ashamed of being a girl.
I don't know, she's serious. I have 7 girls who met since they started her when she was a baby. Oh, hello, Catherine. Did you hear about Lyra's graduation party?
Yes, I heard.
I'm getting an onyx ring with a diamond in it.
A real diamond?
Yes, of course. A small diamond. What are you getting?
Well, they haven't actually told me yet, but I think I'm going to get that pink celluloid dresser set in your father's drugstore.
You mean the one in the window?
Yes. It's got a brush and a comb and a mirror and a hair receiver. It's genuine celluloid.
I wanted Father to give it to me out of stock. He says it was too expensive. Father is an awful tightwad.
They're giving me a bangle bracelet. Oh, there's a streetcar we got to fly by. Catherine, bye. This means you're on, Dorcas.
Just as you were getting the dresser set.
Nobody said for certain. But I showed it to Mom at Mr. Short's window.
Well, you're not getting it.
What do you mean?
Because I know what you are getting. I think Mama telling Jenny, and Jenny's too young to appreciate it.
What is it?
Mama's brooch, her soldier.
That old silver thing of grandmother's that she's wearing? What would I want an old thing like that for?
It's an heirloom. Mama thinks a lot of it.
Well, then she ought to keep it. You don't really mean that's all they're going to give me.
Well, what do you want?
I want the dresser set. My goodness, if they don't realize what an appropriate present is, it's practically the most important time in a girl's life, when she graduates.
And you say you're not selfish.
It's not selfishness.
I don't know what else to call it with Papa not working. We need every penny we can lay our hands on. But you'll devil Mama to give me the dresser set, so why talk about it? I'm going inside.
Christine was right. I got the dresser set. They gave it to me just before supper on graduation night. Papa could not attend the graduation exercises as there was a strike meeting to decide about going back to work. I was so excited I could hardly eat, and the present took the last remnants of my appetite clean away.
Mama, I'll stack the dishes in the pantry.
Who wants coffee, sugar? Dagmar. Catherine?
You get your hat, Catherine. You need it.
Aunt Jenny says if we drink black coffee like you do at our age, we'll kill a collection of black. I like to be black and rich like Uncle Chris. Can I, Papa?
I like to bet the blonde, like Papa.
When you get old enough, your complexion knocks turn dark. When can we drink coffee?
Monday, when you were older.
There are Yenny and Trina. It's good. We can start now.
Well, is everybody ready? Is Catherine very excited?
She ate her supper.
Lars, is that black coffee you give to them? You shouldn't. It's not good for them. It will
Turn their complexion black, I know. Well, maybe it is alright if you have fun black Norwegian coffee.
Lars, red.
Aunt Jenny, have you seen my graduation present? It's genuine celluloid.
But Martha, I thought you were going to...
No, Yenny, you were right. She is too young to appreciate that. She likes something more modern.
And it's very pretty, I suppose. You're not wearing your soldier.
No, I did not wear it tonight. Come, Trina, we shall be late.
Oh, but Peter isn't here yet.
Catherine has her costume to put on. He can follow. Or do you like to wait for Peter?
I take, if you don't mind.
You can wait with Lars. He does not have to go yet.
I hope Catherine knows her part.
Sure she knows them. I know them too.
It's too bad you can't see Catherine's debut as an actress.
You will be home before us, Lars.
I think the meeting will not last.
It's good. We go now.
You like to play a game of checkers on me?
Oh, I haven't played checkers in years.
And I beat you.
Goodbye, Papa.
Goodbye, Mother. I take it.
Goodbye, Aunt Trina.
Goodbye.
I get checkers.
Oh, when your cheap trash reviews show off?
It's not cheap. It's beautiful. You're just jealous.
You just made Mama sell her very own brooch that her own mother made.
Chris, you weren't supposed to tell her.
I don't care. I think she ought to know.
Is that true? No.
Yes, as a matter of fact, she did.
I don't believe you. I'm going to ask
You
Papa.
haven't time.
I don't care. Papa, is it true? Did Mama sell her brooch to give me this?
Christine should not have told you that.
It's true then?
She did not sell it. She traded it to Mr. Schiller for the present.
I never meant.
Look, Catherine, you wanted the present, Mama wanted your happiness. She wanted it more. And she wanted the brooch.
I never meant for her to do that. It was all she had with grandmother's.
She always meant it for you, and you must not cry. You have your play to act.
I don't want to act in it now.
But you must. Your audience is vacant.
I don't care.
But you must care. Tonight, you are not Catherine any longer. You are an actress. And an actress must act, whatever she's feeling. There is a saying, but is it...
The mouse must go through?
No. The show must go on. So stop your crying. You'll have to play. We talk this later. After.
All right. I'll go.
Now you play.
I'm getting worried about Catherine. If anything has happened to her, forget my lines. I know I will. I'll look out there and see Miss Forrester sitting there and forget every single line. She got her costume already? Do you know where she is?
Dorothy, is your father here tonight?
He's going to be. Why?
I have to talk to him. It's important. Very important. After the exercises.
Well, what on earth was his father for?
I have something to tell him. Something to ask him. Please.
Is that the dresser set? Can I look at it a minute?
No.
Why? What on earth's the matter? I only want to look at it.
You're not to touch it. Go on, Dorothy. You take it. Take it. Take it. Take it.
I am worried about her, Lars. When it is over, I see her talking with Mr. Schiller. And then she goes to take off her costume and Nels tells me he will bring her home. But it is long time, and it's late for her to be out. And in the play, Lars, she was not good. I have heard her practice it here, and she was good, but tonight, no. It was as if she was thinking of something else all the time.
I think maybe she was.
But what? What could be worrying her?
Martha, tonight, after you leave, Catherine found out about your brooch.
My brooch? But how? Who told her?
Christine.
Why?
I do not know.
Christine! Christine!
Are you calling me, Mama?
Yes, Christine. Did you tell Catherine about my brooch?
Yes.
Why did you?
Because I hated the smug way she was acting over it.
It's no excuse. You make her unhappy. You make her not good in the play.
She made you unhappy giving up your brooch for her selfishness.
It's not your business. I choose to give my brooch. It's not for you to judge. And you know I do not want you to tell. I am angry with you, Christine.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry I told.
Christine is stubborn.
What happened at the meeting tonight, Papa?
We go back to work tomorrow.
Gee, that's swell, isn't it, Mama?
Yes, it's good.
Mama, here's your brooch. I'm sorry I was so bad at play. I'll go help Christine with the dishes.
Mr. Schiller give it back to her?
We went to his house after the play. He didn't want to. He was planning to give it to his wife as a birthday present. But Catherine begged and begged. She even offered to work for him during her vacation.
So?
What did Mr. Schiller say?
He said that wasn't necessary, but he gave her a job all the same. She was going to work for him after school and on her vacation for $3 a week.
And the dresser set? She gave that back?
She was awfully upset. She's a good kid. Well, I have to get up early, so good night.
Good night, Nels.
Good night, Papa.
Good night, Nels.
Good night, Mama.
Nels, the consequence.
Catherine! Catherine! Yes, Mama? Come here. You put this on.
No, Mama, it's yours.
It is your graduation gift. I put it on for you.
Wear it always. I'll keep it forever.
Christine should not have told you.
I'm glad she did. Now,
I'm glad too. Catherine.
I don't feel like it, Papa.
So.
What do you want, Lars?
Catherine.
For me?
Right, grown-up daughter. Catherine is dramatic one. It's too bad. The first cup of coffee, she does not drink it.
It would not have been good for her so late at night.
And you, Martha, you are the practical one.
You drink the coffee, Lars. You do not want to waste it.
Yes, Peter.
Yes, Peter. I know, but we don't know where he is. It's been so long since we've heard from him. He's sure to turn up soon. Yes, I know. I know, but... Yes, Peter. Yes, Peter. Oh, Peter, you know I do. Goodbye, Peter.
What is all that about?
Peter doesn't think we should wait any longer to hear from Uncle Chris. He wants to send the bathing invitations out right away. He was quite insistent about it. Peter can be very masterful at times, when he's alone with me.
Mrs. Steinborg's boarding house, Mrs. Steinborg speaking. Oh yes, Martha, what is it?
Jenny, it's Uncle Chris. I have a telegram. It says if we want to see him again, we should come without delay.
Where is he?
It comes from a place called Ukiah. Nell says it is up north from San Francisco.
Who is the telegram from?
It does not say.
Oh, that woman.
I don't know. I think maybe.
I'm not going. It's Uncle Chris. Martha says he's dying. Why was the telegram sent to you? I'm the eldest.
Jenny, it's not time to think of who is eldest. Uncle Chris is dying.
I don't believe it. He's too mean to die, ever. I'm not going.
Jenny, I do not have time to argue. There is a train at 11 o'clock. It takes 4 hours. You call Sigrid.
Sigrid is here now.
Good, then you tell her.
What did you say the name of the place was again?
Ukiah. U-K-I-A-H.
I don't go.
That you decide.
Uncle Chris died?
The wages of sin. Oh, he is old. Maybe it is time for him to go.
4 hours by train and maybe have to stay all night? All that expense to watch a wicked old man die.
But there is his will.
But even supposing there's any money left, you know who he give it to, don't you?
Yes, but he is dying now. And blood is thicker than water, especially when it's Norwegian. I'll take Anya with you. Uncle Chris has always been so fond of children.
I agree with Sigrid. I think we should go.
Well, you can't go anyways.
Why not?
Because of that wife. You can't meet the common low-class woman. We've never even spoken to her.
Why not? You two can go. Why can't I go too?
Because we are married women.
I'm engaged.
That's not the same thing.
Not the same thing at all.
Nonsense. I think I'd like to see her just once. And besides, he's going to change his bill. There's always the matter of my dowry, remember? Do you think I should take Peter?
Peter Torgerson, whatever for?
Well, after all, I mean, his profession.
Oh, Trina, you go always. Don't you know that the last person a dying man wants to see is an undertaker?
When Mama told me I was to go with her, I was both excited and scared. It was exciting to take sandwiches to the train, almost like we were going on a picnic. But I was scared at the idea of seeing death. Even though I told myself if I was going to be a writer, I had to experience everything. But all the same, I hoped it would all be over when we got there. It was afternoon when we arrived. We asked at the station for the Halverson Ranch, and it seemed to me the man looked at us strangely. Uncle Chris was obviously considered an odd character. The ranch was about 3 miles out of town. It was a derelict, rambling old place, with high grass and tall trees, and the smell of honeysuckle. We made quite a cavalcade walking up from the gate. The woman, as my aunts called her, came out on the porch to meet us.
How is he? Is he?
How many won't you?
I want more. You give me more. There's still some in the box.
Uncle Chris, that will not help now.
It always helps. Now especially.
Uncle Chris, I don't think you realize.
What I don't realize? That I am dying? Why do I think you come here? Why do I think you stand there watching me? Get down. Get down. I do not want you here. Get down.
Oh, very well, very well. We'll be on the porch if you want us.
And that is where I want you. On the porch. Great. That is Arnie. Come here, Arnie. How is your knee?
It's fine, Uncle Chris.
It does not hurt you anymore. You don't use Fairford anymore.
No, not anymore.
You walk good? Quite good? Let me see you walk. Walking around the room. Fast, Fast. Run. Run. East good.
And because Annie has always been so fond of you.
I tell you all to get out, except Martha. And Katrina. Katrina and I have secrets. You remember Katrina?
Yes, Uncle Chris.
Uncle Chris, you must lie back again.
Then you get me more to drink.
No, Uncle Chris.
We cannot waste what is left in the bottle. If we do not drink it now, who will drink it when I am gone? It cannot hurt me now. Then you get it for me. Martha, I have never made a bill. Was never enough money. And there is a mortgage on this ranch. Maybe when it is sold, there'll be little left for Jessie, my wife. For 12 years, she has been good wife to me. She too likes to help people who suffer. Once she was very healthy, fine nurse. But then she gets sick, and I bring her out here to the country to get better again. She's better now, and I hope maybe she can work again. There will be little money left for Jessie, and no money left for you, Martha. Jessie and I wanted there should be money left to make Niels doctor. Maybe you make Niels doctor all the same?
Sure, Uncle Chris. It is what Lars and I have always wanted for him, to help people who suffer.
It's the greatest thing in the world, to have a little of God in you. Always I wanted to be a doctor myself. The only thing I ever wanted. Niels must do it for me.
He will, Uncle Chris.
It's good. You are the good one. I'm glad you have come, Lily Betty. Where is Jessie?
I think she went outside.
You call her. I like you both should be here. Katrina, your mama invites me to drink coffee now? Katrina, who will be right there. You're not frightened of your Uncle Chris now.
No, Uncle Chris.
Maybe when you grow up, you write a story about your Uncle Chris, if you remember.
I'll remember.
I'd like you both should be here now. Except, I think maybe Katrina should go. Goodbye, Katrina. Farewell, Katrina.
Goodbye, Uncle Chris.
No, you say it in Norwegian like I do.
Farewell, Uncle Chris.
Jessie? Maybe I should introduce you to. Jessie, this is Martha. The only one of my nieces I can stand. Martha, this is Jessie, who has given me much happiness.
I am very glad to meet you.
I am too.
Is good. Then you give me one more drink?
Sure, Uncle Chris.
Jessie, you go get the best glasses. Jessie does not like to drink, but this is a special occasion. What time is it?
It is 4:30, Uncle Chris.
The sun comes around beside the house in the afternoon. It is strong for my eyes. No, always the last drink without water is Norwegian custom. True? No, I do not need you to feed it to me. I will drink it myself. Give Martha her glass. So.
Skål.
even alive.
Now they're all converted from Johnson. I should have never let him talk me into to be insulted like that. Turned out of his room. And then expected to wait there hour after hour without as much as a cup of coffee.
I would make coffee if I knew where the kitchen was.
Her kitchen, it would poison me. No, I'm going home. Are you coming, Trina?
No, I think we have to make a little longer. After all, we can't hurry these things.
I mean, you. All you talk about is his bill. I love the chance we've got to say a word.
Maybe Martha's been talking to him.
Well, Uncle Chris has gone.
Did he say anything about a bill?
There is no money. The little there is going to Yassi. Yes, Yassi, his wife, was good wife to him. See, here is something Uncle Chris gave me.
What is that?
It's an account of how he spent the money.
Account? What do we care about account so long there's no money left?
Yanni, I read it to you. You know how Uncle Chris was lame. How he always walked with a limp. It was his one thought, lame people. He would have liked to have been doctor and helped them. Instead, he found other ways to help them. I read you the last page. Joseph Spinelli, 4 years old, tubercular left leg, $337.18. Blocks now. Esther Jensen, 9 years, club foot, $217.50. Blocks now. Arnie Solfeld.
My Arnie?
9 years, fractured kneecap, $442.16.
Mother, are we going to be soon? What is it? Uncle Chris gone?
It does not tell the end about Arnie. I'd like to write the box now, yes?
Yes.
Maybe even runs. So is all. It's finished. It was good.
You can go in and see him now, if you want. I'm moving down to the hotel for tonight, so that you can all stay.
Wait. Where will you go after he is buried? Where you live?
I'll find a room somewhere. I'll probably go back to nursing.
You like to come to San Francisco? We have room. Plenty of room.
That's very kind of you, but...
You could be our guest for a little. And then when you get work, you could be our boarder.
I don't know why you should bother.
You were kind to Uncle Chris. Catherine, you go see him now.
See him, you mean?
I like to see him. There is no need to be frightened. He looks happy and at peace. I like you know what that looks like. That's why you will never be frightened of it. Ever.
Will you go with me, Mama?
Sure.
Girls, and those of course he gets from me. He's going to grow up to be a black Norwegian, just like his daddy and his uncle Chris. I think there's something about his mouth, a sort of a firmness. Of course, it's your mouth too, but then I've always thought you had a lot of Uncle Chris about you. Look, he's sleeping.
Trina, do you know what next Thursday is?
Our anniversary.
What would you think of our giving a little party?
A party?
Quite a modest one. Nothing showy or ostentatious. But after all, we have been married a year. And with your having been in mourning, and the baby coming so soon and everything, we haven't had time to entertain. I think it's time you take your place in society.
But sort of a party.
An evening party. A soiree. I should say about 10 people. Some of the Norwegian colony, and Lars and Martha, of course.
And Jenny and Sigrid.
Oh. I have the thought of asking Annie and Sigrid.
How could it happen? We couldn't leave them out.
Trina, I hope you won't be offended if I say that, well, I have never really felt altogether comfortable with Jenny and Sigrid. They have always made me feel as if they think that, well, I'm not worthy of you. Of course, I know I'm not, but one does not like to be reminded of it all the time.
Oh, Peter.
But you're quite right. Now, as to the matter of refreshments, what would you suggest?
Oh, I don't know. What would you say to ice cream and cookies for the ladies, and coffee, of course, and perhaps port wine for the gentlemen?
Oh, of course, fine.
Just a little. You could bring it in already poured out in little glasses. Yenny and Secret can only serve the ice cream.
No. If Yenny and Secret come, they come as guests like everyone else. You should have someone in to help you in the kitchen.
You mean a waitress? But none of us have ever. Do you really think? I mean, you did say we shouldn't be ostentatious.
Trina, there's something I would like to say. I have never been good at expressing myself or my deeper feelings. But I want you to know that I'm not only very fond of you, but very proud of you as well. And I want you to have the best of everything, as far as it's in my power to give it to you. I want you to have a waitress.
Yes, Peter.
Here's your evening paper, Papa. Any news? No. Oh, there's this letter for Catherine. I picked it up on the path on my way in here. Catherine! Catherine!
Coming! Nell, you know who the letter is from?
No, it looks like her own handwriting.
It's bad.
Why is that?
She gets too many like that. I think they're stories she sent to the magazine.
Well, I'll go see if I have any puppies yet. Mama, I've just decided something, and lots of people find it. If Nelson's going to be a doctor, when I grow up, I'm going to be a veterinarian.
And what is that?
A doctor for animals.
Is good.
There are far more animals in the world than human beings, and far more human doctors than animal ones. It isn't fair. Mama, I suppose we could have a horse cookie. No, I'm afraid we couldn't.
Where's the letter? Here. Mama, Papa, there's something I want to say.
What is it?
I'm not going to college.
Why not?
Well, the only point in my going to college was to become a writer. And I'm not going to be one, so...
Catherine,
It's your letter that makes you say this. It is a story come back again. Again is right. This is the 10th time I've made this kind of test.
What kind of story is it?
It's a story about a painter who's a genius and goes blind.
Sounds like The Light That Failed.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Besides, it isn't like that. My painter has an operation and paints better than ever before. It's good. No, it isn't. It's rotten. Catherine, you have asked your teachers about this. Teachers don't know anything about writing. They just know about literature. If only there was someone we could ask for advice to tell us if your stories are good. Yes. Well, there isn't. And they're not.
There's something here in the paper about the lazy writer. I just noticed the headline. Wait. Woman writer tells key to literary success.
Who?
The lady called Florence Dana Moorhead. Gives her picture. A plump lady.
But what does she say is the key?
There, Catherine, you read.
Florence Dana Moorhead, interviewed today in her suite at Claremont, pronounced sincerity is key to literary success. A lot of help that is. Catherine, this lady, maybe we could send her your stories and she could tell us if they are good. Oh, don't be silly. Why is silly? Well, in the first place, because she's an important person, a celebrity. And you seem to think that writing is like cooking. That all you have to do is have the recipe. It isn't like that. You have to have a gift for it. You have to have a gift for cooking, too. But there are things you can learn if you have the gift. Well, I have it. I know that. Now. So, if you're done with the paper, Papa, I'll take the one ads and look for a job. It's bad. Nels, what do you think?
I don't know. Her stories seem all right to me.
It would be good to know. This lady in the paper, what else does she say?
Not much. The rest seems to be about her and her home. Apart from literature, she's a lover of gastronomy. She says she'd rather turn out a good souffle than a short story and find a new recipe than a first edition.
I see her picture. It's kind face. What is first edition? Miss Moorhead. Please, Miss Moorhead? Are you calling me? Yes, you are Miss Florence Dana Moorhead? Yes. I'd like to speak with you for a moment. Yes? What is it about? I read in the paper what you say about writing. Oh, yes? My daughter Catherine wants to be a writer. Oh, really? I bring her stories. Look, I'm afraid I'm in rather a hurry. I'm leaving San Francisco this evening. Oh, please, if I could just speak with you for 2 moments, that is all. Of course. But I think I must tell you, whoever your daughter's stories, it's no use. I've had to make a rule of mine never treat anyone with published material. I read in the paper you like to collect recipes for eating. Yes. I've written several books on cooking. I too am interested in gastronomy. I am good cook, Norwegian. I make good Norwegian dishes. Lutefisk and kjøttboller. That is meatballs and cream sauce. Yes, I know. I've eaten them in Christiana. I have a special recipe for kjøttboller. My mother gave me. She was the best cook I ever knew. Never have I shared this recipe with anyone, not even my sisters, because they are not good cooks. Oh. But if you let me speak with you, I give it to you. I promise. It's good recipe. That seems fair enough. Come. Let's sit down. So your daughter wants to write, you say? How old is she? She is 18, just. Does she write? Or does she just want to write? Oh, she writes all the time. Maybe she should not be author, but it's hard to give up something that has meant so much. I agree, but... I bring her stories. I bring 12. But if you could read just a few, to know if someone is a good book, you do not have to read till then. You're very persuasive. How is it your daughter impacting herself? She was too unhappy and too frightened of you because you're a celebrity. But I see your picture in the paper. That frightful picture? It's the picture of a woman who likes to eat good. It certainly is. Now, tell me more about kjøttboller. Well, first you drop the meatballs in boiling stock, not water. That is one of the secrets. And the cream sauce, that's another secret. It is half sour cream added at the last. That sounds marvelous. You must grind the meat 6 times. I could write it down for you, and while I write, you could read. All right, you win. Go upstairs to my apartment. Perhaps if you could read 2 stories, I could write you the recipe for lutefisk as well. You know lutefisk.
When Mom came home, I was sitting in my study with my diary, which I called my journal now, writing a tragic farewell to my aunt. Mama seldom came to the attic, thinking that a writer needed privacy, so I was surprised to see her standing in the doorway.
Catherine, you are busy.
No, of course not.
You are writing?
No, I told you that's all over.
That is what I wanted to speak with you about.
Mama, it's all right. Really, it's all right. I was going to tear up all of my stories this afternoon, only I could only find half of them.
They are here.
Mama, you took my stories?
Catherine, I have been to see Miss Moorhead.
Who's Miss? You don't mean Florence Dana Moorhead. Mama, you took my stories?
She read 5 of them. I was 2 hours with her. We have glass of sherry. 2 glasses of sherry.
What did she say?
She said they are not good.
We
knew that. It was hardly worth you going to all that trouble just to be told that.
She say more. Catherine, will you listen?
Sure, I'll listen.
She say that you write now only because of what you have read in other books, and that no one can be a good writer until they write about what they know. That for years she writes bad stories about people in the olden times, until one day she remembers something that happened in her own hometown, something that only she could know and understand, and she feels she must tell it. And that is how she writes her first good story. She say you must write about more of what you know.
But that's what my teachers in school always told me.
Well, maybe your teachers were right. I do not know if I explained good what Miss Moorhead means, but when she speaks, I think I understand. Your story about the painter who is blind. Forgive me if I speak plain, my Catherine, but this is important to you. It is because you are, as Papa has said, the dramatic one. And you think it would be good to be a painter and be blind and not complain. But never have you thought about what it would really be like. Is true?
Yes, I guess it is true.
But she say you are to go on writing, that you have the gift, and that when you have written a story that is real and true, then you send it to someone whose name she gives me. It is her agent, and say she recommended it. Here. Oh, no. That is recipe she gave me for goulash as her grandmother made it. Here. It helps what I have told you, Catherine.
Yes, I guess it does, but what have I got to write about?
Could you write about San Francisco? Miss Moorhead writes about her hometown.
I know, but you've got to have a central character, or something. She writes about her grandfather. He was a wonderful old man.
Could you maybe write about Papa?
Papa?
Papa is fine man, is wonderful man. Yes, but it is late. I must make supper. Papa will be home soon. I like to write about Papa.
Papa? Yes, but what's he ever done? What have any of us ever done except always being poor and having illness, like the time Dagmar went... Oh! That was how I was born. The first of all my stories. I wrote it quite soon after that, and I didn't tell any of them, not even Mama. When I sent it to Miss Moorhead's agent, it was a long time before I heard anything, and then one afternoon, a letter came. I was so excited I could hardly believe it. And then I went rushing into the house shouting, Mama! Mama! I've got it! I've sold the story!
A story?
Yes, I've got it right here with a check for $500.
You're kidding.
Here, yes, here's the letter. Maybe I haven't read it right.
What are you going to do with $500?
I'll buy Mom her warm coat. I know that.
Coats don't cost $500.
I know. We'll put the rest in the bank.
Well, hurry up before they change their mind and stop the shop.
Mama, will you take it to the bank tomorrow?
I do not know how.
Just hand it to the man and tell him to put it in your account like you always do. You tell him. Now.
Tell us what?
There is no bank account. Never in my life have I been inside a bank.
You always said.
I know. I tell a lie. It was not true.
Mama, why did you pretend?
It's not good for little ones to be afraid, to not feel secure. But now, with $500, I think I can tell.
Mama.
You have your story there.
Yes.
You will read it to us.
Yes. Now?
Yes. No thanks, Dagmar must hear. Dagmar.
Yes, Mama?
Come here, I want you.
What is it?
I want you. Leave the rabbits. What is your story called?
Mama at the hospital.
You write about your mama?
But I thought I'd tell you.
I know, but that's how it came out.
What is it? What do you want?
Catherine sold the story for a magazine. They pay her $500 to print it. She read it to us. I like you should listen. You are ready, Catherine?
Yes, Mama.
Then read.
For as long as I can remember, the house on Steiner Street had been home. All of us were born there. Nell is the oldest and the only boy. My sister, Christine, and the littlest sister, Dagmar.
Am I in the story? Hush, Dagmar. We are all in the story.
But first and foremost, I remember Mama. I remember that every Saturday night, Mama would sit down by the kitchen table and count out the money Papa brought home in the little envelope.
At this time, I would like the following people, please come up. Light and sound. Jim Macon, Sarah Tinnick, Priscilla Winkland, Andy McCombie, Jesse Laney, Nathan Buck, and Justin Kilman. Going good. Jen Milchak, Katrina Caden, Jessica Williams, Francis Bailey, and myself. These people have done so much, if not more, than their share by devoting their time and themselves for this performance. Without them, the show would not take place. So right now, as Andy Warhol once said, everyone has 15 minutes of fame. We've had ours, now here's yours.